As you can tell of the title of this video, yeah. I can't explain it. I'm just so filled with anger. So much anger. And I really don't know why. Maybe stupid ass reasons. I feel like that's why I'm working, I'm also working as hard as I can. Like I said last video, the negativity, pain, anger. Try to take out my anger a lot, 24 hours. Whatever it is that I do. I mean, one thing for sure, I know I'm not perfect. I said it last video, I'm not perfect. I'm just not. And I'm okay with it. But it's like how I tell you, the mind plays tricks on you. It plays very good tricks on you. I'm just so fucking angry. Filled with anger. I mean, it just tells me I gotta work harder. I gotta, find better ways to release it. And don't get the wrong picture. Obviously, I mean it in a positive way, whatever that is. Obviously, exercising, it could be contact, sports, it could be a number of things. It could literally be what I'm doing right now. I'm coming on here just to be honest. I'm angry. I'm a lot of things. One of them is anger. And it's the anger that really messes me up. I mean, any other emotions that I really deal with, it's the anger that affects the most. Definitely the anger. And I just try to release it in many ways. It's crazy though. Because sometimes it comes out of nowhere. Or maybe it's there all the time. And just, it explodes. You gotta keep it cool. No matter how it is you really manage it, deal with it, handle it, do it. Obviously, I'm not telling you to go do something negative and mess up your whole life. But there's obviously other ways to release that anger. I mean, you guys know what I'm doing. I mean, I take cold plunges in the morning. I work out. I work. And on the side, I'm doing these videos. And I'm also working on something else, but within time, will let you guys know what I'm working on. I've always had the, I would say what I'm doing, and I won't do it. And it makes me pissed. I'm pissed off every time that happens. So that's why I'm not gonna let you guys know what I'm working on just yet. But within time, you guys will know what I'm working on. And I know I can do more. I mean, I'm also reading. I can obviously do more. Find better ways, obviously, to release this anger. Obviously, at the same time, control it. I mean, obviously, this anger ain't going anywhere. Whether you release it, it's always gonna come back. So one thing for sure, you gotta control it. Same thing with pain. I said last video, it depends on the person. It really depends on the person. You gotta control it. And I'll keep saying it over and over and over again. No one's perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Nobody. If you have anger And if you're hurting people like me, in a way, that's why I make myself alone, because I gotta deal with it. And you know, you guys might not agree with that. Maybe none of you guys might agree with that. But I like it. Because now when I'm angry, I take it on myself. And before, everyone freaks out. No, again, I don't mean it in a negative way. Obviously, I'm doing a lot of things to keep control, keep busy, and learn about me. Obviously, me being alone has taught me a lot about it. Because usually when I'm with others, my anger will be taken out on them in any way. So that's why I've been alone. And I got support too. But I'm fighting for something bigger here. As soon as I learn about myself a lot more, have better control, keep it consistent. Obviously, the connections that I'm burning, eventually want to build them back up. Because I know for sure, if I wouldn't have burned those bridges would have been light on fire forever. I can't have that. I don't mind going through a little bit of pain. I don't mind going through more anger. You name it. I don't care. I know what I'm capable of. I know what I'm doing. Maybe not. But I know I'm learning every day. From the moment I sleep to the moment I wake up, I'm aware. You should too. Sometimes your anger can be so bad that you don't even know the type of pain you're causing because of that anger. You really don't. Because I don't. Maybe I know. But to the full aspect, I don't think so. I mean, I know I hurt people. I don't do it on purpose. It's just who I am and what I'm trying to change into something better. Evolve into something better. Anger is very tricky. Very tricky. And if you're angry most of the time, you might not like what I'm about to say. You gotta be alone. You gotta isolate yourself. You gotta learn about yourself. You gotta check yourself. Because, believe it or not, no one's the same. No one's the same. Everybody's different. Especially with anger. And if you don't check that, it's only gonna get worse. You gotta check that. Make sure you got that unchecked. Make sure you got that on guard. You cannot lose any focus on that anger. Because that anger can make you do something that's gonna affect you forever. And, I get it. Maybe not everyone's gonna agree with me, but this is how I've been doing it. And I feel a lot better putting myself through that type of pain alone versus putting somebody else through that pain because of me. And at the end of the day, whoever I'm putting through that type of pain, you don't learn from it. You say you do, but you really don't, because you're still doing it. It's happening again and again and again. You gotta check yourself. I do these videos because I want to explain how I feel, why I feel, and what I do. I feel angry. I feel angry maybe because some of it has to do with myself, maybe where I'm at, maybe none of it at all. This anger is like hatred. Very, very contagious. That's why I'm making this video. Because if there's any of you like that out there, gotta be careful. That anger can, burn some bridges that will never light out. It will change your life that can never be undone. It can do many things. You gotta really control, understand the anger. Like my anger comes from a lot of aspects in my life. Could be my childhood, how I grew up. Could be my life now. It could be, anger from family, friends. My anger comes in through all that. And at the end of the day, I'm not doing the blame game. I'm taking accountability. And I'm doing something about it. And I'll say it again, and I'll keep saying it till every single day, every single video I put out there. I'm not perfect. I'm just like everyone else. I'm just like you. I'm just like you. We're not exactly the same, but where we want to be, the goal and the mind, being, disciplined, being genuinely happy, being content, being you. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, or you can comment if I'm wrong. Doesn't everyone want that? Peace. I mean, if I'm wrong, you can comment down below and say, you're wrong, bro. You stupid. You really gotta check that anger, guys. Because if you don't, it will change your life into a way you really don't want it to be. And I'm not saying my life is the worst. Because again, my life is, is great. I got the support. The reason why I'm like this is because I do this to myself. No one's doing this for me. No one's telling me to do this. I'm doing this on behalf of myself. I want to. And I do this because this is how I learn. This is how I grow. And like I keep saying, no one's going to agree with me. Maybe some of you will. And maybe that's not what I'm doing this for. I'm just doing this just to say the truth. Just to get it out there, make people understand who I am. And also, in a way, if anyone else feels like this, maybe they can get something out of this. And, I don't have all the answers. But one thing for sure, I'm trying, I'm learning, and I can explain to you in many different ways how I'm doing it, why I'm doing it, and why I feel it. Check that anger. Don't let it control you. I mean, you either use that anger to fuel you and use it to your advantage, or you're going to let that anger destroy you. And once it destroys you, there's no way coming back. Check that anger.